Us. That means Barbara's winning with the weatherman right now. We just need one more degree, okay? And believe me, we've got plenty of time to go. So I think 24 degrees, we're going to get there. No worries. A little cloudy, gloomy and icy, but we'll get there. It is Wednesday, officially the middle of the week. I don't want to say hump day because Barbara does it that every time. But the middle of the week in March the 3rd, which basically means that we are today's guest tomorrow. And she'll catch up with us yesterday. Think about that one. We play tomorrow's music here today too, by the way. And we're going to do that right now. But first of all, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
How many countries? 70 countries. 71 countries. How many cities? 104. 105. That's amazing. We're going exponentially today. 70 countries around the world and 105 cities are all logged in and joining us this morning. Got to welcome each and every one of you to Galaxy. It is an absolute pleasure. And for those of you that are following us on Facebook Live right now, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you guys along again. And believe me, I'm absolutely elated. I really, really am. Coming out of Kentucky, and believe me, been a minute since we've been in Kentucky. Really has been. Yes, Jean Trent is joining us live. But first of all, I think she's daydreaming. You never know. You're right here at Galaxy. Good morning. So how are you feeling, Jean?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. I'm kind of nervous, actually.
I am a little bit too. I always get a little bit nervous during interviews, and I don't know why. I've done a couple.
Oh, well, let me rest you assured right now, this is going to be like no other interview you've ever done before, and probably won't want to again, but you never know. Some people are sadistic. They do come back for thirds and fourths.
Well, I'm pretty comfortable so far. You're keeping me laughing, so that's good.
Nice. Believe me, it is all about having a light-hearted look at things, but primarily this is about you as a songwriter as well, and about your music. And believe me, we won't be playing any ads or any of that. We might play our stingers, but that's about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're not interested in making money, which is weird. I mean, my bosses are always interested in making money. They are, but we're not interested in doing it at an artist's expense. Brooksville, what was that like?
Brooksville, oh, that is my home. So I currently live in Covington, Kentucky, but I lived in Brooksville for about 8 years of my life, and that was out in the country. It's hard to explain how the country makes you feel, especially if you live in the city. Like, people who live in the city, they're like, oh, I can't deal with the quiet, but going to the country and just walking out in your backyard in the middle of the night and looking up and seeing all the stars and hearing all the crickets, and there's not sirens going on or cars whooshing by your house. It's just so peaceful, and I loved it.
Well, I got to be honest with you. We're in a tiny little town in between three major cities, if you know what I mean. But
Okay.
everybody that works here, we come from the biggest city of the lot, Auckland, here in New Zealand. We all escaped, literally, but we've done it for about 15, 20 years. We got the hell out. We did. And we all ended up here in this tiny little town, but it's a milling town and quite progressive right now. In fact, would you believe that our land valuation for our properties went up 103% in the last couple of years.
Wow.
Amazing. We're on the move. We are.
Yeah, I'd say. That's a lot.
Had a genius pick the place. Now, let's come here. Must have been an absolute... Well, actually, to be honest with you, it was a throw of the dart. We all said, we're going to move somewhere, and this is where we ended up.
Not me, I don't live here.
You're dangerous with that thing. You really, I got to keep away from you sometimes. Yeah, Darth Vader with a phone on the end of it. You could seriously get hurt. Something stuck in the side of your head, besides headphones. It is an absolute pleasure, and I am absolutely elated to be able to bring to our audio audience Jean Trent, coming out of Kentucky. And believe me, it's been a while since we've been to Kentucky. It really, really has. So, Jean, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
Now, just want to make sure I've got your mic on. Can you say that again for me, please?
Good morning.
Yeah, give that one more go.
Good morning. How are you?
There you go. Now you're looking dressed. You're looking better now. Everybody can hear you. Unfortunately, one of the little wires is a little bit touchy, and yeah, got to get out with a sledgehammer and give it a whack every now and again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gently.
Gently.
Jean, we have been playing you now for a little while, I got to be honest with you, and, well, you're making a huge, huge impact with our audio audience all around the world. And believe me, we broadcast to some really, really cool places. If there was Four Corners, we'd cover it. Don't worry, we're there. But I do have a fan question for you, Jean, and that is,
Okay.
As a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Jean, do you respond?
I do. So, my husband actually runs all of my social media sites. So I do have Facebook, I do have Instagram, and I do have Twitter. Jean Trent on Facebook, and then my Instagram and Twitter is at Jean Trent Songs. My husband, who is my manager, he is amazing. We actually have fan packages and stuff that we put together. So if you send us a message on Facebook and request an autograph, we get autograph pictures sent out. My husband lets me know when we have messages, and we respond as quickly as possible. And I don't think we've had any complaints about response time or anything like that. So we try to keep up with it pretty well.
Now, your husband's name is Nick, isn't it?
Correct, yes.
Nice. I'm glad I got that right. Yeah, I really, really am. Now, having said that, do you have a website? More importantly, do you have a merch store on your website?
So currently we deal with teesprings.com. If you go on Teesprings, and I believe I have a link on my Facebook page where you can go and click on the site, and it'll take you to any merchandise. You can actually I have several things that you can choose from. We have hoodies and t-shirts. You can get a purse. You can get yoga pants with the Jean Trent logo on it. You can kind of create some custom things, coffee mugs and things like that, and they get shipped directly to you.
I'm going to hit you straight away. How would you like to send me some yoga pants?
So I would love to send you some yoga pants.
Yeah, can I have some pink ones?
I can try and get you some pink ones. I know for sure I have white and black. I'm not sure if we did the pink when we selected colors, but I will try and get you some pink yoga pants.
Okay, well, and believe me, I will wear them, and I have a friend of mine, and I'm not joking with you, one of his hit singles is actually called Yoga Pants. And
oh gosh,
we're going to bring him into the country once we can open up the borders and do a couple of shows, which I'm going to talk to you about a little later on. But believe me, we have a deal where we're actually going to get a film crew and film us going down the main street of the biggest city in Auckland in our yoga pants.
Yoga pants.
And I'm kind of thinking, pink would be outstanding.
It would. That would be great. You'd stand out for sure.
Well, it might put to shame my mankini. I've got a fluoro yellow one. I kid you not, I don't. The hardest thing about the mankini really was finding where we could put the logo.
Oh gosh.
I'll let you work that one out for yourself, but it exists. It does. It's a mean machine, I tell you. It really is. You can have any colour you like, actually, as long as it's in fluoro.
Right?
Yeah. Apparently, they double as a good slingshot.
Oh gosh.
I had no idea. Thank you. Nice. Gosh, I'm getting all flustered now, believe me. Now, Jean, we opened up the show with Daydreaming. Now, tell me a little bit about the song. Where did you come with the lyrics? How did you come to that?
So, Daydreaming is actually a song that I did not write myself. I had a friend of mine who was also getting into country music. He kind of backed away a little bit. So his name is Keith Gilliard. So he's actually the original writer of that song, and James LaVirtue was a co-writer. So he wrote that song, let me listen to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to do this song. And he was like, yes, please. And we recorded it, and he listened to it, and he was like, oh my gosh, that sounded so much better than what I did. So he was excited, we were excited, and the fans loved that song. We got a lot of good response when we first released it on YouTube and Facebook, and it's just a great song.
Well, I got to be honest with you, you're getting a lot of requests for it here at Galaxy as well.
That's awesome.
Believe me, you really, really are. Having said that, right now, it's kind of surreal time, don't you think? Especially with this COVID thing going on. Not a lot of touring, not a lot of live performances happening. Are you doing a lot of writing and recording right now?
So we are actually, my husband and I were just talking about, we're going to be recording a couple of new songs next week or in the next coming weeks. I do have one that I'm about to record that we're going to be releasing in the spring. We haven't recorded anything new lately. Till the Lights Come On was our newest song that we recorded and released. So we've had a lot of stuff going on. I've been working on writing some songs, and hopefully we'll get 2, 3, maybe even 4 of them out before the fall. So
I get that, I do, and believe me, Until the Lights Come On is your most requested song here at Galaxy. It looks like I can't get through a breakfast show just lately without having it in the playlist. You know what I mean? So believe me, lots of people are requesting it. They really are. But
that's awesome.
I got to say to you, and believe me, I was talking to one young lady, which is rather weird, because I was actually talking to her in her bedroom. Now, the weird thing is, believe me, I don't get invited into ladies' bedrooms that often anymore. But we did this interview in a bedroom. And I was, have you ever heard of the Clayton Bellamy? He's out of the band The Roadhammers.
I'm not familiar with them now.
Okay, well, of course they are Canadian, but they are in the Hall of Fame. They're absolute legends. And Clayton, I was telling him about it, and he made me this thing where, he says, hi, you're listening to Galaxy 107 FM. I don't know how I made myself into your bedroom, but thank you very much for listening, all that sort of thing. And I really want to say to you, Jean, thank you for inviting me into your house today.
No, thank you for having me. I'm super excited about talking with you, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, believe me, I'm just as excited. Got to say hi to Merv Penny and to Cheryl Arnold that's joining us this morning online. Merv, brother, nice to have you on board. Cheryl, love you. Absolutely love you. Thank you for tuning in this morning, and everybody else that's tuned in as well. Now, Jean, the reason why I'm thanking you for inviting us into your home is I want you to tell me all about home.
My song Home. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is probably, well, I won't say the proudest because I'm pretty proud of Till the Lights Come On too, but so my song Home was the first song that I actually wrote by myself. Most of the other songs that I helped in co-writing with, they took about a month or so, but Home only took me about 2 weeks to write. And once I started, I just couldn't put my pen down, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is good. This is great. So I had it written, we recorded it in I think about 2.5 weeks, and then we released it. That was the fastest song I'd ever written in my life. The music video that we have with it was so much fun to film, and I had so many friends that helped me out with that. The guy who filmed it, Quentin with Rook, did it. He's amazing. The music video turned out fantastic, and I couldn't be happier with it.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live by Jean Trent and Home. How you feeling, Jean?
I'm good.
You don't need a stiff drink or anything?
No, I have some green tea here, but I'm good.
Green tea.
Green tea.
Okay, is it Irish?
It's an antioxidant.
It's an antioxidant.
Yeah.
That sounds anti a lot of things. Green tea. I have the average brown. Well, actually, I don't drink tea. I drink coffee. I
Hey
tell a
Cheryl,
lie.
love you, darling.
I tell a lie. I don't drink
I love you,
tea.
Cheryl.
But Barbara is a tea drinker. Now, just wondering, once we get these borders open again and able to start touring bands and everything into the country, would you be interested in popping down and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
I would love to.
Nice. Barbara is actually the manager of Aurora Entertainments, and well, she's been bored for about a year now. She's chomping at the bit to get something happening. But we would love for you to come down here and play a couple of shows here, maybe a few shows in Australia as well, only because we like their money, of course. But believe me, we would love to be able to have you here in New Zealand, but I've got to warn you, we're kind of crazy down
Well,
here.
you are.
Okay.
Well, I am.
You know,
Yeah.
us Kentucky girls, we're kind of crazy too, so we might get along really well.
Cool. And I will let you bring anything in a glass mason jar you want to bring with you,
So
please.
what do the girls in Kentucky do?
I got you.
What? Yeah, thank you. What do the girls in Kentucky do?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do the girls in Kentucky... I don't want to go down the pride thing.
No. No, we're not doing
I don't want to do chicken. What do the girls in Kentucky do?
Well, you know, Kentucky girls, we're just a little bit of everything. We get into everything. We work on cars. We have regular jobs. We're stay-at-home moms. We just have all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, it sounds like Kiwi woman.
Definitely sounds like Kiwi woman.
We can do everything. Concreting, building fences.
Yep. I saw the wife out there changing her
Chainsaw.
tire the other day. She just lifted up the car,
know.
bang, on it goes. Sweet ass.
Oh, no, I gentlemen stop and help me.
You do. I was with her one day and she had a flat tire and I'm getting out of the vehicle to go and pump it up for her and she just looks at me and goes, I don't know what to do. And zoom, there was about 5 guys there all of a sudden. I didn't even get the door open and these guys are from nowhere. I don't know how the hell she does it.
Damsel in distress.
Yeah,
Damsel
you
in
know, she
distress.
just throws that card out there. I don't know what to do. Bang, there's guys everywhere.
Yeah, it was true that day. Crazy.
Looked at her and went, you could teach me something? Every time I do that, everybody runs away. Let's go to the desk.
Hi, everyone. That's nice.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and, excuse me, Gear, Gay Miranda's watching, nice to have you with us as well, thank you for letting me know that. Now, your mum liked Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn.
Yes,
No,
she did.
no Dolly in there?
Oh yes, there's always room for Dolly.
Yeah.
She was another big one.
Exactly, I just, well, where's Dolly? Come on, you know what I mean?
She's in there for sure. Code of Many Colors was played a million times in my house growing up.
Absolutely. I see you like Reba McEntire, Martina Bride, and of course everybody loves Claire Underwood. But the one that got me right there is Pink. Well done.
Thank you. I like Pink because she's very versatile. So she actually, the song she did with Chris Stapleton, Love Me Anyway, she's versatile. She can do pop, she can do country, she can do rock, and she's one of my favorite artists for sure. I love her.
Well, I've got to let you know, I got into trouble with her father once.
Oh gosh.
Here in New Zealand. He was touring here in New Zealand, and well, it's a long story. I'll let you know later on down the track. But he made his date. Don't worry, we got him on stage. Maybe not the same way everybody else expected us to do it, but we got him there. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Pink wasn't even around in those days. Believe me, it was a long, long time ago. But my brother looked identical to him, literally. And
oh wow.
we took him around. In those days, there was record and CD stores where he was doing signings and all that sort of stuff. And for a while there, we would keep him out the back and send our brother out. And, well, my brother absolutely lapped it up. You know what I mean? Nobody knew the difference. For years, nobody knew the difference. But believe me, it was a lot of fun. Having said that, and I want to give a shout out to your kids, Zach, Madison and Morgan as well. I walked in and I heard Barbara asking how old they were and stuff like that. I think Barbara was wondering, maybe preschoolers to schoolers to not to a grandmother. I didn't know that you were a grandmother. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
And nice to have you part of the club. Now, we would love to be able to have you come here to the Antipodes down here in New Zealand and play in front of New Zealand audiences. Would you consider doing that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, we're kind of crazy. I have been trying to warn you. You had your options to say no, but you said yes. Okay, well, let me tell you, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Here we go.
I have not, no.
Okay, believe me, you're going to find this interesting. You're familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is a caterpillar on steroids. It's like
Oh, gosh.
a double-decker bus to a mini. It's big. It's white. Are you familiar with the white worm custom in the tequila?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool.
Yes.
Something like that minus the alcohol.
Okay.
Well, we can throw alcohol in if you want. Apparently in some regions of the United States, they use it as hand sanitizer now.
Mm.
Given up running the car on it. It goes faster than the police cars. It does. But we can certainly throw some alcohol in it as well. In fact, before, during and after is a lot of fun to see. But what you do, and I will send you, I'll get Barbara to send you the instructional videos, just to show you I'm not pulling your leg. We actually do this.
Okay.
Okay. And it is a delicacy here in New Zealand. The indigenous folks, the Maoris, still have it as as a delicacy. But what it is a big, wide body with a black head on it, right? And what you do, and I've had many of these, is you put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head. Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Mm.
Alcohol, right? Okay, alcohol.
Yes.
Alcohol, yeah, literally. During. Believe me, you got to wonder about the guy, the mentality of any man that's handing you a bowl of these white wiggly things live and expects you to eat one, don't you? Don't worry about it, it's me. No mentality. Absolutely none there at all. New Zealand is made up of 3 islands. I don't know if you know of New Zealand or about New Zealand much, but right down the very, very bottom of New Zealand is a little island called Stewart. Now, that's the only island that really got a name, which is upsetting. I want to rename it. We'll rename the other 2 because, their imagination just left and called the next island South. And then we're followed by, of course, North, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just huge imaginations with these people. Stewart got a name. Have you ever noticed these days scientists are finding new planets everywhere in the universe and they have the audacity to go and name them. They don't even go there and say, excuse me, can we name your planet? Do they? No, they just blasé away and name the planet. But more importantly, they do the same with the moons. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
But ours is called Moon. I mean, I want to rename the moon. Give it a name. What do you reckon?
I don't know. What would you name a man?
Celestial Body Brian. Hey, it would look good on a check, don't you think?
Who can't sign a check?
Seriously. Anyway, I do want to name things. I really do. Have this thing about it. I really, it needs an identity. I mean, moon sounds so sterile.
It does. It
Yeah. Brian, it's so much more friendly, I feel, anyway. You can kind of get used to it, Believe me, it's gone through an identity crisis. Once upon a time it was a man, and then it was cheese, and now, well, why not give it a name? Come on, we can do that. But having said that, we get back to the hoo-hoo grub. Now, in the west coast of the South Island, we have a little town down there called Hokitika. Now, they have a wild foods festival that we love to take people to. You're familiar with festivals, right? Candy floss, hot dogs, all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, not there.
Yeah.
No, you might find kids wandering around with deep fried locusts or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, wild food means just that. It can be quite wild. But it's a lot of fun. Okay. It really is a lot of fun. It's all about challenging yourself here in New Zealand. We love to have the adrenaline going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy
can be good sometimes. Crazy can be good.
Well, I'll let you remember that one in a couple of minutes when I say to you, have you ever heard of Queenstown?
I have not.
Okay, no, I don't mean Queensland. That's in Australia, the funny place where all the men wear dresses and run around in high heels. So I've been told Queenstown is a boutique-y little town come city where all the A-listers from around the world go and get away from the paparazzi and just go and hide and have some fun. You know what I mean?
Okay, yes.
In fact, Shania Twain, she owns property down there, quite a bit of property actually. But before the COVID thing happened, there was Kevin Costner, Keanu Reeves was down there. There were so many of them. You don't know who you're going to bump into while you're down there, really. You really don't. But I got to be honest with you, Jean, you don't want to bump into me.
Oh gosh. Why's that?
Everybody asks that. Why's that? Well, I'll throw you off a bridge.
Throw me off a bridge?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No, you'll be all right. Honestly, we have a thing down there called bungee jumping.
Okay.
Okay, and you're not Australian. We'll attach the bungee.
Okay.
You'll be good. You will. Human yo-yo.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, human yo-yo. It's all about adrenaline. I did mention adrenaline, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And, well, if you survive that, we'll take you on the shot over. Now, the shot over is actually a very fast jet boat that goes down this huge river at immaculate speeds. It really does. They turn the sucker inside out and upside down and all around. Believe me, you don't know. But you won't spill your drink.
Oh. That's how fast you're going?
Yeah. Believe me, by the time you're on your way back, your drink will be coming back to your glass to meet you.
That sounds like fun.
It is. It really, really is. But, again, adrenaline kind of deal, if you know what I mean. Then, if you're into that, well, maybe, just maybe, you might want me to throw you out of a perfectly good plane.
My daughter would love that. She wants to go skydiving so bad.
Okay, well, I've been doing skydiving and parachuting and all sorts of things for about 37 years. So I'd love to be able to do a tandem with yourself, with your daughter, with your husband, and the other members of the family as well, if they would like, but not all at once.
Not all at once, okay.
Yeah, no, one at a time, Believe me, it actually hurts the back sometimes if you put too many people on it. Really does. Now, I want to talk to you about this because I'm kind of very, very interesting. I've got to say hi to Gregory Childs as well.
Coming up.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Growing up, she listened to all genres of music, but claims nothing beats the twang of an old country boy or girl.
That's right.
Do you twang country boys and girls often? Especially old ones?
No. So speaking in their accent, so when people talk about twang in the United States, we talk about how their accent is. So if I were to speak with a twang, instead of saying, I don't know, speaker, I would say, oh gosh, well, I don't even think that's a good word. If I say sweet tea, instead of that with a twang, it would be sweet tea. You just have a twang to your voice.
I get it. I do. I get it. It's like saying aluminium instead of aluminum.
Correct.
We call it aluminium. Yeah, aluminium. Yeah, even I'm getting it all. Thong is a jandal in Australia. We call it a jandal here, which is one of those.
A flip-flop.
A flip-flop,
What we would
right.
call flip-flop.
Yeah, the Australians call them thongs. I really can't see anybody making underwear out of jandals, really. I don't know how they do that. But it'd be interesting to watch them get in and out of it.
And uncomfortable, I'm sure.
Especially over the shoulders, you know, that's why I kind of like my mankini the best, to be honest. It's softer. You're going to never forget this interview. You never are. We could do this until the lights come on.
Yes, I know you could.
Hey now.
Tell me all about it.
So, Till the Lights Come On was another song that I was the main writer on. I had a little bit of help with that one. But that's all about just going out and having fun. The first part of the song talks about working and you're ready for the work week to be over and you just want to go out and relax and let your hair down and have fun and party until they tell you can't party anymore, and that's when the lights come on, and it's just a great song.
You know, Jean, I spent many, many years as an engineer and a DJ in nightclubs. Some nightclubs up to about 5,000 people a night. Believe me, big, big nightclubs. I miss those days. The last thing we ever wanted to see was the lights come up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Night's over. Don't want to do that. And as soon as I heard the song, that reminded me of those days. It really, really did. So Jean Trent joining us live here at Galaxy till the lights come on. How you feeling, Jean? You okay?
I'm good, yes.
You sure you don't need that stiff drink?
Yeah, I'm sure. My green tea's doing me just fine right now.
Nice. Absolutely brilliant. We'll wrap it up after this, but Jean, don't go anywhere because we do a couple of things. Well, actually, we take some crazy photos. You'll get a copy of everything, okay?
Okay.
So I apologise now, all right? But Barbara does a movie and all sorts of things. She'll send it to you. We'll convert this over to YouTube so you can have a copy of that. A couple of crazy photos so that you can put them on your wallpapers on your phone. Say to your friends, you know, it's Kiwis, not healthy, don't do it.
Hey, Gregory, thank you for joining us.
Oh, Gregory, yeah, lol twang.
Yeah.
Very cool, Gregory.
And, yeah, don't forget our mate, our Viking
Yeah,
brother.
our good friend Geir Miranda coming out of Norway is
And
watching
our
us right
darling
now.
Cheryl.
Oh, awesome.
Brilliant. He's a manager of a band called the Viking Queen. Now, do you remember Lord of the Rings?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, besides the original set being about an hour and a half away from where we are right now, which we intend on taking you to show you through, well, the staff do. I'm not allowed back, unfortunately.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, well, there was
I'm afraid to ask why.
security golf cart went missing. Guess who? Yeah, well, okay.
Too many wheelies and you ended up in the lake.
It ended up in the lake, yes.
Too
All right,
many
rub it in,
wheelies.
go on, tell everybody.
Yeah.
So they banned me for life. But the thing is, the producer of the movie Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, is actually a friend of mine. I went to university with them. So I keep
Oh,
throwing
wow.
that up. You're going to ban me, are you?
I'll bring up
Well,
that
he's
movie.
busy.
I'll bring the boss. We'll talk about
No,
it.
you can show him that movie that you still got.
But we'll show you that. And a couple of other places we would love to take you as well, and including a Zorb. Now, I'll let you think about that for a minute, and we'll come back and talk about it. It's spelled
Okay.
Z-O-R-B or Z-O-R-B.
Okay.
Interesting.
Galaxy
25.3 degrees. Guess what? I win for a change. That makes a change, actually. Barbara, you lost. You went with the weatherman. Ha ha. Teacher,
I'll win tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Jean, but you see, in the breakfast show, we have this kind of deal that the weatherman never gets it right. So we try and predict the weather ourselves, well, at least the temperatures.
I lost.
And, well, today I win. Usually Barbara's the winner, which is more auspicious now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me. She rules when it comes to predicting weathers and what it's going to be and all that. She actually comes from a farm out in the countryside. She drives quite an immense way, about an hour and a half.
No, it's only 50 minutes when I
50
drive.
minutes.
When I
Okay.
drive 50
But she comes down through the coast where it's absolutely splendid, really, really is. She's got the ocean on one side.
It's beautiful today.
Gets to
hi,
see
Randy,
an
darling.
absolute brilliant sunrise every morning before she gets to work. You know what I mean?
I bet that sounds beautiful.
Me personally, well, I'm usually here about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, so the only thing I get to see is stars and all that sort of dark stuff. Nice to have Randy O'Neill on board as well. Believe me, my therapist coming out of New Jersey. Could be a cab driver. Well, that's what Randy thought anyway when I said that the first time. But she's an absolute stunning artist in her own right. Thank you for joining us, Randy. And believe me, if you don't need a therapist after this, well, I have one that I can loan you.
Okay.
I was actually talking to another therapist the other day, and I says to him, do therapists psychoanalyze therapists? He goes, it has been known to happen. I says, okay, so who pays the bill? He goes,
That's a good question.
he says, that person that starts first loses, pays the bill.
Oh, okay. That sounds fair.
Yeah, he says, you going to talk to me? I went, no. Not at all. Not at all. But we are going to be doing an interview with him very shortly. We are. But he's also a criminologist,
Doing so, Gregor.
PhD in criminology. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he gets in depth with all the naughty people over there in North Carolina.
You might
That's
sue
my
you
kind
if
of
you
people.
say
Those
too
are
much.
some country people too.
Yeah, oh hell yes, absolutely, believe me. I don't know whether you would know the place, but I used to live in Newport, just out of Nashville. And those good old boys that I was living with, for some strange reason, at a certain time of the year, they would disappear at night time. Don't know where the hell they would come, but they would come back with these cardboard crates with all of these mason jars in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they reckon you could run your car on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's...
Oh, no, that's just water. That was just water. It was clear, right?
Oh yeah, it was clear, but there ain't no bloody water. Tell you that. Believe me. I got tore up from the floor up.
If they ever give you any with fruit in it, don't eat the fruit.
Why?
Okay, there's a whole new way of putting a hoo-hoo grub in it then. Now, I was enticing you with the word Zorb, spelt Z-O-R-B. Are you familiar with it?
I am not.
Okay, more alcohol. See, we're talking about alcohol. You're going to love this one. You really, really are. It's a big, clear, round plastic ball that we put you inside and push you down a hill.
Oh, gosh.
Right in it.
And believe me, if you haven't got a bikini, well, I've got a mankini that you can borrow.
Dear.
Can I put my logo on it?
Well, I dare you. In fact, I double dare you. I really do. And as I said, you can have any colour you like as long as it's in fluoro. Simply because, well, while we're filming, we like to be able to see the colour go round.
Yeah. And how many times?
Well, yeah, believe me, how many times is a lot of fun. Try stopping the bloody thing at the end. That's fun as well. Okay, yeah. It usually has a bit of water in it, and that's why I said the bikini. Because believe me, we don't want to get your good stuff wet and everything. We're going to do shows later on. We, got to be comfortable. Right. Yep. If there's extra water in there, don't worry about it. We got a hose. You'll be right. But the reason why I say alcohol is, well, it's more fun when you run over the runners that we put in front of you. The looks on their faces is priceless. The challenge is, take a photo as you do it.
Oh, gosh. So it's kind of like running of the bulls, but it's with big balls instead of bulls.
Yes.
There you go. You said it. You said
Gotcha.
that. Yeah. And funny you should say running of the bulls. I was talking to some organisers for a show in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. They have a bag show up there. And I'm saying, why don't we do something about, I don't know, let's have running of the Santas.
Oh, gosh.
How hard is it to get a couple of hundred Santas these days?
Very hard in COVID times.
Gosh, how fascinating would that be? You're not really disturbing any bull meat or anything like that, and the only wounds you're going to get is probably from a candy cane or something, I don't know.
Right. Maybe a belt buckle.
Yeah, exactly. A flying boot every now and again, you never know. But it can't be that hard to get a couple of hundred Santas going.
Time,
put them down through it. Be hilarious, it would be. I think so anyway.
You can be the lead.
That would be funny.
It would be. Jean Trent, are you recording your stuff? Will you come back again and release stuff with us?
I will, absolutely.
I feel sorry for you. Thank you for that. I really do. But believe me, and I can let you know, 1,731 requests so far till the lights come on. That's why I'm finding it hard to get through a playlist or a morning breakfast show without playing a Jean Trent song.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. I love it.
And it's climbing. It is climbing. It really is, Jean. It is an absolute pleasure to play your music here at Galaxy, and we'd love, love, love for you to come back again and release new music with us. And please keep in touch, because we would love to be able to follow you through your career. Now, if you give us a couple of minutes, and believe me, I've got something I want to talk to you off air, I think you may be interested in, because I think we have some friends. Well, I got one or two, I'm lucky. And believe me, we would love to be able to put you into a magazine that's covered by, the guy lives in a region with about 8 million people, and he's got a good source of that with reading his magazine. And another friend of mine who has a TV podcast kind of deal, I am absolutely sure he would love to be able to do an interview with you as well. Would you be interested in us being able to it's all about the promotions of Jean Trent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. I'd for sure be interested.
Nice. So hang in there right now. But in the meantime, let's go back over to Studio B. And David Essex has Gonna Make You a Star way back in 1975.